Welcome back to Ben's Garage. I put a little teaser post out a couple of days ago that we was going to do some work on the TD6. Rain, stop, play. Today, beautiful weather. It's actually fairly warm. I don't know what temperature it is. We'll tell you. I'll be able to tell you when we get the other car started up. So today, we're back on the TD6. Battery's dead, blah, blah, blah. But we got into it, as you see from previous videos. So today, I'm going to put the grille back in, put the rear handle back in the tailgate. We're going to get it jump started so we can move it, and then I'll show you how we charge the battery up. Straightforward, but there is a few little things on these Range Rovers to watch out for. So I'll explain those when we get round to putting the battery on charge. So at the moment I'm going to get this grille put back in. Let me try a 10mm. Yeah. We took the grill off, or tried to. I've got a screwdriver in and prised the bottom out, because on one video on YouTube a bloke had actually managed to get in the grill and pop the bonnet. He obviously didn't have any of the plastic covers on his because there's no way we could get to the bonnet catch. So taking the grill off doesn't work. So we'll put the grill back on. Oh, the dogs are back. Easy enough job. 3 bolts out. And that's the temperature sensor in the front there.
The one that doesn't work.
Does work?
Well, there was one that... Oh no, that was on the Vector that gave up, wasn't it?
Scratched the bumper a little bit.
I'm not surprised.
I think this car's going to get a few more scratches by the time we're finished with our wild off-roading and all that kind of jazz. Wild off-roading.
Say, where have you been going in your dreams?
So what we could probably do while I'm still sat here,
Get it jumped.
Yeah.
Give us the keys and I'll go get the other one then. How do I need to position the other one?
Because the battery's on the other side on that one, isn't it?
Well, I suppose if I pull it up...
Let's put this socket set away so I don't...
Because the leads are long, aren't they?
That didn't go in there.
You shouldn't need this anymore, should you?
No.
I'll put it by the gate.
So now we're going to get the other car and jump start it, get it running, and then when we have got it running, I'll put the... Oh, what's it called? The button for the tailgate. I'll screw all that back in. We'll get it running first, then that can start charging the battery up. But then we're going to take it round and put it on the actual battery charger. The only reason we're taking it down there is because we've got no power in the garage at the minute. Oh, that V8 sounds lovely, doesn't it? It's 15 degrees out today, which is actually quite tropical compared to what it has been.
Okay.
So we're running. Just gonna go around the back now and put the handle back in. We took this out because there was another video on YouTube that said if you take out the number plate lights, you can get something up and undo the catch. Utter rubbish, because it's an electronic button and you can't get to anything in there. So that's going back in now. Shut this down. Better shut the door.
Let's try going up.
Well, it's just gone up.
It's still flashing.
Well, it's got to settle yet. It's all the quirks of a Range Rover L322. No, it's fine. Just make sure this all opens up. Alright, that's all fine.
It's a screwdriver. I'll stick it with the rest of it.
I've not took that bit out yet. So when you've had a flat battery on your Range Rover and you've got it started, quite often, 9 times out of 10, I'm not sure if the TDV8 does it, but on these old TD6s and possibly the first generation TDV8 comes up with a warning, air suspension inactive. To get that off, just turn your steering on full lock one way, full lock the other way, straighten it up and it'll reset that. So, little tip for you.
Take these in and put those bits back.
Yeah, okay. So now we're going to get the car around the other side and get the battery on charge. So we're round to the unlevel side of the house, the muddy side of the house. Tina's brought the Range Rover around. I've come around on the digger because the wheelchair ain't ever so off-road friendly. So Tina's got out the battery charger. What is that battery charger? Is it a Sealy?
Sealy Charge 112.
Sealy Charge 112.
These are so tight. This one will be alright because it's got less stuff around it. If I can just get it open. Right. Okay.
Right, just move the charger so it's sitting level. That's it. Now just switch the power on. So the battery's on charge. We've just put it on a low trickle charge for now. I was going to disconnect the battery. It's a bit tight in there and Tina could probably do it. But so we're just going to do it like this. Now on these Range Rovers, you've got to be careful with the batteries because there's like a firework type thing. Firework. A little explosion device. if you're involved in an accident in this Range Rover and the airbags go off or something like that, it pops a circuit on the battery, and so it disconnects power, which could be a good thing, which means it won't catch fire, but it could also be a bad thing. Whereas you're trapped in the car, the doors are locked, and you've got no power, you can't unlock the doors. I'm not sure, I've not actually tried it to see if you can lock the door and then open it on the handle. But anyway, there's this little explosion device on the battery. So normally, when you disconnect the battery, you disconnect, take the earth off, leave the battery or leave it for 5 minutes, just so that all the energy goes out of the airbag system and the little explosion device down on the battery, and then you can disconnect it totally. There is steps of how to do it on the internet, so if you ever need to do it, check those out, how to replace the battery on a Range Rover. But just a little bit of a word of warning that there is that device on the battery, so it's not a case of just disconnecting it, whip the battery off, and oh, no post today. Unless he did stop at ours, because they drive like a bloody idiot, don't they? So that's the Range Rover on charge now. What we'll probably do at some point is, if it's going to be parked up for a while, is to disconnect the battery. The solar panel wasn't working. Whether the solar panel wasn't working because the battery wasn't very clever anyway, it wasn't a fully charged battery and the solar panel couldn't keep it topped up, I'm not sure. But we're going to leave this charging up for a good couple of days, give it a good proper charge. After it's been on for a couple of hours, I'll get Tina just to up the power on the charger, and then I'm going to look at charging it up through the trailer socket, as you've seen from the previous, one of the previous videos where we managed to get into the Range Rover. Some people I've read have actually, they do a charging socket which goes into the trailer socket and plugs onto a trickle charge. That might be an option, rather than keep disconnecting the battery, because it's not an easy battery to get to, especially when you're in a wheelchair, or a hobbit for that matter, because she's a bit of a dwaff. We've dropped the suspension all the way down, and it's still a bit of a stretch for her. I'm waiting for something to come launched at me now. No. No, you can keep your apples, thank you. So yeah, I'll possibly look into either buying a socket with perhaps a little trickle charger, or making one, making a socket for a trickle charger. Once the battery's fully charged, it doesn't take a lot to keep it topped up. But we don't use this car so much with the gearbox problems and stuff, and so it gets parked up a lot, which doesn't do your battery a lot of good. So that's pretty much it for this video. Just showing what we're getting up to, bits and pieces on the Range Rover. I might go and do a little bit on the digger now before lunchtime, and we'll catch you guys in the next video. Yeah, so if you like this video, please click the thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already, and from me and the Hobbit. Hang on, can't see you, too bright. Oh, wrong way.
The Hobbit and her friends. Alright, you can go away now.
Well, I'm just saying that tree is only a dwarf tree.
Get out of it!
And you're even shorter than that. What's this? Oh, I'm as tall as a Ranger. You're on tiptoes. No, come on.
I'm taller than the panda.
Yeah, so from me and her, it's bye for now.